So hey guys, Flash is one of the OG superheroes. If you look at the list of the top 5 superheroes, there is definitely a Flash in it. Because everyone loves super speed and time travel, right? So, don't forget which list you have Flash in. If you ask me, one of the overpowered characters in DC is definitely Flash. You might think that he is just running around, but he is more than that. So, for now, we are going to talk about the origin, powers and weaknesses of Flash. I am going to focus only on Barry Allen. There are many Flash characters, but we are only going to look at the origin of Barry Allen. Let's begin. Gardner Fox is the one who creates the first Flash character. Jake Garrick. He is a normal college student. He is able to inhale different water vapors. All the molecules in his body start working at high speed. So, from then on, he gets the power of a superhero. If you look at Jake Garrick as a normal origin story, Gardner Fox introduces him first. In the 1940s, this superhero comic had been running for 10 years. It was based on Jake Garrick for more than 100 issues. But the topic of war started to saturate. So, instead of introducing superheroes in the same concept, DC tries to change Flash in a different way. With Gardner Fox, they introduce another new character without Jake Garrick. Barry Allen. This happens only after 1956. Since then, the trend of superheroes is that the origin of superheroes starts only after someone dies. Superheroes originate from tragedies. For example, Superman will lose his Krypton, Batman will lose his parents. In that concept, Barry Allen was given a tragic origin. His family is a middle-class family. Nora Allen and Henry Allen are his parents. Everything is going well. When he returns from school, Barry Allen is shocked. His mother is lying dead in his father's hands. Before he can think what is happening, he files a case that his father killed his mother. Henry Allen is thrown in jail. He is given an oil punishment. Barry Allen, who doesn't understand what is happening, is raised by a police officer named Daryl. As an adoptive father, Barry Allen was raised by Daryl. But when he grows up, he wants to bring his father out. To break the case, he becomes an investigator. In the position of the crime investigator of the Central City, Barry Allen is investigating the crime of his father. The investigation doesn't go to an end. He doesn't know what to do. While he is waiting in his lab, suddenly a huge thunderstrike hits his lab. The chemicals collected from his lab are accelerated very fast and he turns into a Flash. But he doesn't turn into a Flash. Because of the chemicals in his body, it takes 4 months for his body to accept it. It is said that he was in a coma for 4 months. In some comics, it is said that he got powers suddenly. But his body gradually absorbs the powers. From there, his powers start to build up. He starts to explain what his powers are. In this place, Barry Allen doesn't just turn into a Flash. He doesn't just get superpowers. He also develops Speed Force. I don't know how this happened. But Barry's creation is the starting line of Speed Force. If you take Speed Force, it will be confusing. I will try to explain it briefly. Space and time are forces that push forward. Speed Force is a force. Speed Force is a force like gravity. Space and time are intertwined in that force. This Speed Force pushes space and time forward. You can compare it with the Phoenix Force. But Phoenix Force is not an entity like Speed Force. You don't call gravity as an entity. It is a seventh force to govern our universe. It is the seventh force to keep the universe in balance. If you take the multiverse chart released by DC, the Speed Force is like a culture around the 52 universes. This Speed Force is also related to the multiverse. It was created when Barry Allen got his powers. When Barry takes every step, all the kinetic force that creates that step goes into the Speed Force. As the Speed Force pushes space and time, it creates more energy. When Barry takes every step, it creates additional energy in the Speed Force. Not only Barry's energy, the kinetic energy of many people in the world is trapped in the Speed Force. When you push time and space, the excess energy in the pressure cooker is released when you open the valve. Similarly, when you try to go out, the exhaust valve that uses the Speed Force is Barry Allen. Barry Allen uses the excess energy in the Speed Force. So, you can say that Barry Allen is technically supplying speed to the Speed Force. Every time he takes a step, whatever happens at that time, whatever happens in the multiverse, is stored in the Speed Force like a hard disk. It can be accessed by Barry Allen any time. That's how he travels time. Barry Allen uses many different powers in the Speed Force. It is said that only speedsters can access the Speed Force. But Barry Allen is supplying the kinetic power required for the Speed Force. Another thing you should understand about the Speed Force is that not all speedsters can access it. Only those who have the powers like Barry Allen can access the Speed Force. It is also said that only selected characters can choose the Speed Force. Even Superman can go fast in light speed. But Superman cannot access the Speed Force. But if he thinks of the Speed Force, he can transfer power to Superman. It has not been shown yet, but there is an opportunity. So, Speed Force is still a confusion. Let's see how it is presented in the Flash movie. Since there is no Speed Force, Barry Allen can travel faster than sound. But by trapping the Speed Force, he can travel 1 trillion times faster than light. He can literally travel time. He meets the Reverse Flash after he manages to become a hero. Reverse Flash is a lie. Let's look at it separately. There is an important reason for him to create this Flash from the future. Yes, it was the Reverse Flash that killed his mother. To change that, he traveled time and showed the origin of the New 52. The origin of the Flash has a small hand for the Reverse Flash. Just like the Speed Force of the Flash, the Reverse Flash has a reverse Speed Force or negative Speed Force. And this negative Speed Force keeps getting balanced when the Flash runs. If the Speed Force is plus, the negative Speed Force is minus. So, the faster the Flash runs, the more Speed Force will be generated. That will keep the negative Speed Force in balance. So, the Speed Force will be there only when the Flash runs. The origin of the Flash is very simple. But they would have added technical terms to make it a little more complex. When we look at his powers, super speed, not running, super speed is his power. He uses it to run. If he can fly at super speed. But since he is an ordinary human, he can only access super speed by running. Apart from that, his mind also works at super speed. If you ask how much, his mind thinks in autoseconds. That is, if you add 18, 19, 0 to 1 second, he can think that fast. We can't even grasp the extent of it in our brain. So, he can think in autoseconds and finish as fast as that. His brain does the work of 10,000 supercomputers every second. He can experience time that slowly. That is, he is that fast. That is, can he live a life of 100 years in 1 second? He can enjoy that much time very slowly. Normally, he can run faster than light. But by tapping that Speed Force, as we said earlier, he can go several trillion times faster than light. So, not only does it give him more speed, it also gives him extra power. A Speed Force around him is formed when he runs at that speed, there is no friction around him. Not only that, this Speed Force, aura, protects him from all kinds of damage. So, if he bumps into something, this aura acts like a shield and protects him from the damage. This also gives him durability. Once, a nuclear bomb is dropped on Tokyo. To save the Tokyo people from that bomb, he would have brought 38 million people out in 30 seconds. He would have saved all the people at that speed. Not only that, once a building is set on fire, not only does he save all the people, he also goes to the nearby library and learns how to build the building and builds the building. So, Flash is that fast. If you think that Superman has defeated Flash, look at this comic book panel. In this, Superman says, "I have raced with you many times. It's all for charity." Flash says that, and in the blink of an eye, he stopped. So, Flash was just holding back. Flash's super speed has no limits. Literally, once, he was faster than teleportation. The reason for this is his kinetic absorption. He would have asked all the people on Earth to run, and he would have used his kinetic energy to defeat the teleportation 5 seconds earlier. So, he is faster than teleportation. With his speed, he can absorb the kinetic energy of a human being and give it back to him. Another important power of Flash is his phasing. Before he hits a wall, by vibrating his body, he can get inside the wall and vibrate his own molecules. Like this, he mostly vibrates so there is no need to go back and forth. He can easily get inside a wall. Once an aeroplane hits a bridge, he can use his power to make it vibrate and get out of the bridge. With this power, he can save a huge aeroplane. When he gets the extent of electricity, he can focus and let it go. He can create a small cyclone. In the song Vangatha, Ajit has shown how to do many things. In just a second, Flash can do everything. He has that much of super speed. This speed force gives him super healing ability. He can heal faster than others. With this speed force, he can travel through time and space. He can travel to other worlds and other places. Flash's speed is literally unlimited as long as he has speed force. What happens when speed is unlimited? Do you remember F is equal to ma is equal to mc squared in formulas? With his super speed, he can give infinite mass punch. He can give the energy of a sun's core in a split second. Within a second, he can give infinite mass punch and crush you. Flash is that much of a powerful character. But this speed force has become his weakness. If you separate Flash from speed force with a temporal device, his speed will reduce. Superman will beat him up. Similarly, when Flash is not paying attention, he can easily beat him up. Once, Deathstroke would have kicked Flash in the leg. Flash is not immortal. You can punch him in the head and kill him. If you don't have that speed, Batman can easily defeat Flash. With speed, he can give infinite mass punch. Without speed, he is a weak character. He should intake more calories than his speed. If he intakes 30,000 kilocalories per day, his body will become a bit functional. So, he should eat more. He could have handled it with speed force. But, writers made him hungry. So, if he is hungry, he can be killed. If there is someone who plays with space and time, he can easily defeat Flash. Speed Force's main concept is to push space and time. If someone manipulates it, he can easily defeat Flash. Flash didn't go to human extreme. A normal human has power through Speed Force. If you take that Speed Force, Flash doesn't have power. He has a weakness which gives him power. Flash is DC's heart piece. If DC wants to change something, they will look for Flash. DC has the ability to change everything. He has more power. He has learned to handle things easily. He is an overpowered superhero. I think there will be more Flash fans. Like, comment and subscribe. I will see you in another awesome video. Have fun, guys.